Show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. We're having a good day back at Radio Center for day number 2 in a row. Again, very unusual. I have to say thank you very much to all the folks that made our visits over the past 3 weeks or so. Very pleasant. Jonathan Dent here with me at Radio Center. And John, we've got some really nice listeners out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
These folks really enjoy life. They got big smiles on their face, and we're glad to bring them some good prices once in a while.
Every so often, some good prices, some good weather when we can get it.
When we can get it. Today's not the day, but I'll let Gary Kaufman take care of that. Well,
we've got good weather.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Sunshine. What do you have at the airport right now?
At the airport, we've got 77, and in Midland, they're at 79. And here at Radio Center, we're falling behind a little bit at 76. But we've got a nice breeze out of the south, driving those temperatures upward 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, we've got a low pressure system still hanging over the Red River Valley. It's going to drop down a little bit into northwestern Wisconsin, and it is going to give us that south breeze. The high pressure that's influenced our weather is kind of off to the east now, but that low is just going to hang, and gradually over the next 2 days, it's going to try to work its way into Indiana, of all places, and that's where it is going to wind up on Sunday morning. So as far as our weather goes, that means a wet Saturday night, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we have some rain shower activity after 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. A little bit more scattered, but as we go into the evening hours, it is going to really cover a lot of territory. And then Sunday is going to be one of those on again, off again, mostly cloudy days with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. So it's going to feel a little bit cooler, and we're going to have an east breeze to contend with. And the reason for that, the counterclockwise low pressure system is going to be pulling that wind back at us. So that's why we're not really going to get rid of a lot of the clouds or the chance of rain as we go through the day on Sunday night, and into Monday. That low is still going to be hovering over Ohio, and eventually it's going to work its way into Pennsylvania. But it's going to take Monday night before things finally clear out of here. Today, though, we are looking for a high of 85, a low tonight of 66. Sun will set this evening at 8:33. It'll rise tomorrow morning at 6:47. 84 degrees. We'll hit that early in the day on Saturday with the sun. Clouds will be moving in. And as we said before, a chance of some shower activity after 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Then on again, off again, shower activity overnight on Saturday into the day on Sunday. We're not looking for heavy downpours out of this thing. It's probably going to be the best thing that could happen to us if we are going to get precipitation. It's going to be a little more gradual and just kind of a steady rain for a few hours and then back off. Sunday's high 77, 61 for a low Sunday night. Then on Monday, we'll still have some showers around. Looks like we'll work our way up to about 80 degrees, John, on Monday. Clear skies. Monday night, 60. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, mostly sunny skies all 3 days. Temperatures 82, 83, 84, which is above average. We should be 80 in the afternoon and 59 at night. So far, the month of August, we've had 6 days above average temperatures, 5 days below average, and about 7 right average. So this one and tomorrow are going to weigh in as above average, but then we're going to look at Sunday and very possibly Monday, where we'll be slightly below normal. Long range to take us all the way through, can you believe this, September 1st?
It's going quick.
It's going real quick. Slightly above average with the temperatures becoming a little bit more above as we move into that week before the Labor Day holiday. Precipitation pattern, though, is going to be about average. Record high in this date is 100. That was set back in 1955. The record low 43, set in 1977. A year ago today, 87 was our high, 67 was our low. And we had no precipitation. No surprise. Usually this time of the year, we do become precipitation free in the month of August. It's normally within the first 10 to 12 days of the month. We'll get whatever precipitation we're going to get in August. And then we get a little bit closer to Labor Day, as much as people hate it. You get within a couple, 3 days of Labor Day holiday. That's when you see a little bit more in the way of precipitation. And Labor Day, as a rule of thumb, more Labor Days than not, it has been cloudy and it has been wet. So we'll see how this year plays out. But right now, at this stage of the game, we're enjoying really nice weather. Get out and enjoy it. Tonight is going to be an absolutely beautiful evening. So looking forward to that. And I don't know, did you see the Crescent Moon last night off the east horizon?
I did not know.
It was gorgeous. Just beautiful. I'm colorblind and it looked pretty.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really, really nice and bright too. So get out. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to do. And hey, don't worry. The kids will worry about school in another few days here. We're just going to enjoy this weekend outdoors in Michigan. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Gary Kaufman standing by. He's got good news, bad news. We'll tell you how that falls in just a little bit. But before we do that, we want to remind everybody the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Ed Raymond & Sons, quality clothing and shoes since 1919. You're talking Red Wings, you're talking Carhartts, you're talking Stormy Cromer accessories, all available today with a good supply on hand at reasonable prices. Ed Raymond & Sons, 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. They are open 7 days. Well, John, are we ready to find out what Gary's got for us here?
I'm braced. I've got my seatbelt on and everything.
Okay.
All right. Gary Kaufman from Star of the West. Good morning.
Hey, Jonathan, that's my line. I always say buckle up.
Well, I guess it's not all down, right?
No, the volatility. It's been a tough week in the grains this week overall, and especially in the wheat arena. But if we can hang on to the positives in the wheat and finish on a positive note, it'll be hopefully a good taste going into the weekend, and hopefully a boost to start the next week's grain trade. But we got wheat's up 18 and corn's up 7, and actually beans is taking a little bit of hit down a nickel right now, but overall, we're having a little bounce back here, especially in the wheat. As it's been a down week every day in the wheat arena, and since last Friday's close, we've had about an 85-cent trading range from high to low, and so it feels good to get a little bit back. So,
what was the reason why the wheat did what it did, Gary?
Well, it started a week ago, Cherry, when we had the U.S. Supply and Demand report. Basically the International Grains Council forecasted global wheat production up about 8 million tons from its July forecast. But at the end of the day, world wheat stocks are still relatively tight. About in the last 15 years, we're pretty snug. So, and again, we've seen the first wheat vessels ship out of Ukraine. So that was a bearish factor as well. And, it's just Russia has proven probably a lot of the skeptics wrong, because their lack of aggression towards some of that humanitarian export corridors kind of crushed the wheat market pretty much this week. And, we're expected to load up more ships in the coming weeks there. And, And the Ukrainian export bushels from the upcoming harvest are expected to go out. So, if Russia allows a return to normal Black Sea exports, the grain market will probably most likely struggle on rallies until we see what the size of the export programs are going to be in Ukraine and Russia. So that's kind of the wheat hindering point at this point. And as we look for wheat plantings ahead for this fall, weather, we hopefully get some good moisture, especially in the southern plains and some of that hard red winter wheat areas. And so all those factors really, really kind of gave the wheat a bearish week this week, Terry. So
it's going to be real interesting to see what the planting intentions are of a lot of our growers coming up this fall, putting wheat in. They're going to be under a little bit of pressure because a lot of the crops didn't get in as early as what some farmers like. And so it's not like they're going to have a lot of discretionary time come this fall. Everything is going to come ready to harvest within a pretty short period of time. So they really they're going to need to plant wheat in order to get a nice acre in.
Yeah, and I think the crop insurance calculation started. I think it was this week too. So so for anybody that does the crop insurance program, not bad values to start with. Granted, they took a hit this week, but I think that program runs for the next 30 days or whatever. So that's kind of your support system too. So yeah.
All right, Gary, you have a nice weekend.
I will.
We'll talk to you on Monday.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All righty. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Doug Klein, ready to go, John?
I hope so. But first, our market report here to round out the week is brought to you by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline. Are you ready to upgrade to a new Ram truck for your family farm? Now is the time to order your new Ram 1500, 2500, or 3500. So you should go see the folks at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, the Great Lakes Bay certified ag dealer. They specialize in all models of new Ram commercial trucks and vans, and ordering is the way to go. You can buy with confidence from Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth since 1852, where family and service sells cars. And by Thumb Bank, they've been serving agriculture for over 125 years. They've got 2 locations in Bay City, also Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, Bad Axe, and Marlette. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And I trust that Doug Klein has some good news here to round us out of the week.
It's Friday.
That's good news.
Good enough.
That's it. That's all I got, man. I don't know. Crude oil is over $91 right now, so that's kind of creeping back up. The dollar's creeping back up. It's back over 108. So that's not too awful good news. That's about all I got. Other than that, I'm, again, just glad it's Friday. Here's your numbers. September corn, 625, up 5 1/4. December corn, 622.5, up 6 3/4. And September of 23 corn is 597, up 4 3/4. November soybeans, 13.99 3/4, down 5 1/2. The March soybeans, 1408.5, down 4 1/2. And the November of 23 soybeans, 1336, down 6 1/4. September wheat is 746 3/4, up 15 1/4. The December wheat is 764 3/4, up 15 3/4. And the July of 23 wheat, 791.5, up 12 3/4. Crude oil, 91.24, up 74 cents. Heating oil is 364.63, up 4 1/4 cents. Gasoline at 302 1/4 is down 0.3 of a penny. Petrol gas, 9.29.5, that's up 5 1/2 cents. Currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you 129.90 at the border. That's up 43 ticks. The dollar gets you 137.01 yen. That's up 113 ticks. The euro's at $1.45. That's down 43 ticks. The dollar's at 108.10. That's up 62 ticks. Gold, $17.50, down $5.30. Silver's $19.03, down 42.5 cents. Platinum's at $882.40, down $22.50.
All right. Short, sweet, to the point. Crude oil, huh? Over 90.
Jen.
Boy, they really know how to spoil the weekend, don't they?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is there a holiday coming up?
Oh,
man.
yeah. Yeah. They got a calendar too. Yep. I hear you. Have a good one.
Yep, you too.
Thanks, Doug. We'll talk to you next week. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Quick break, and then a lot more coming up. But first, this.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B-Series. It makes the hard work look easy. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
Along with me right now, Stephanie Zelenko with AgroLiquid. John had a chance to talk to Stephanie during Agro Expo on Wednesday. She looked relieved that she was able to actually walk around and not have to worry about telling people what they should and shouldn't do. Do you agree, Stephanie?
I agree. It was a great week for me. We had a good crew running the booth, so I had a little bit more time to relax and go out and see the show.
Everything really looked good.
Thank you. They did a good job getting everything ready.
Yeah, they did terrific. What should growers be aware of right now, Stephanie?
So we're still starting to, talk a little bit on tar spots. I'm hearing mixed reports. Some people are still out spraying. Other people are looking at, with the dry weather, our crop's kind of finished. So not making those applications. So that's one of the things I'm going to say, just keep scouting and watching your fields the next couple of days to a week to see if we start seeing any of that disease step in or any other diseases. So we still have some time to go out and make those applications before we see some significant yield loss.
I'm looking at base 50 growing degrees. I see obviously we're behind last year's numbers, but for the most part, we can't complain. We've had some pretty good heat units out there. I guess it's just the moisture that's been the issue this year.
We have. It's moisture, especially in certain parts of the state, has been very limiting. That's causing some of those plants to die back a little bit early. I kind of use Agro Expo as that target point that things usually kind of look pretty green and good up to this point. And then after Expo week, that's when we start to see those soybeans, especially those early group soybeans, start turning. And even the mornings are starting to feel more fall-like, just letting us know that we're transitioning to that harvest season.
Yeah, fog and a little cooler temperatures and not a whole lot of rain. But I think we've got some rain in the forecast here for the weekend. So hopefully everybody will get a nice drink.
Absolutely. I hope so too.
Stephanie, you take care. Have a great day. Have a good weekend, okay?
You too. Thank you.
All righty. Stephanie Zelenko with AgroLiquid. John, I think we've got Chuck Cervinsky on the line with us, and I think he's going to agree with us that we need a little bit of rain because he's going to talk about lawns.
Definitely we need rain, guys. It's really dry, and summer is just about over with, and these cooler temperatures we're having at night present an ideal time to start lawn repair and overseeding for fall. If your lawn's a little thin and you've got maybe just a few patches, an application of fertilizer and irrigation generally will help those small bare areas fill in. But if they're larger and more numerous, then overseeding is going to be needed to restore the lawn. You're going to need good seed to soil contact to be successful. Most people think that you can just broadcast the seed onto an area and leave it, but all you're doing is feeding the birds for the most part. And the best way to overseed in the fall is with a split seeder if you can get your hands on one. They create a slice in the soil that the seed will fall into, and it really ensures good seed-to-soil contact. And it's always best to go in two different directions to improve results. And most of our lawn care companies offer the service, or you can rent the machine at a local rental store. And if split seeding isn't in your budget, you can always hand rake small areas, spread the seed and rake it in, and then top dress with a good screened topsoil. Dairy Dew makes the topsoil blend, and that works really good. And most of the seed that we're going to use in our area in the Saginaw Valley is a blend of Kentucky bluegrass and fescues. And if your lawn is on the drier side, when you're seeding, you're going to want to use a taller fescue, as that will withstand a little drier condition.
What about under the trees in shaded areas, Chuck?
You're going to want to stick with a shady mix. There are good shady grass mixes out there, but anytime you're planting grass in the shade, it's a little more challenging. You're going to have to fertilize it and water it more. And sometimes, if you can't get grass to grow under that tree, sometimes the best option is to just take and spread bark mulch under it. And
you bring up a really good point, fertilizer.
Definitely. A good starter fertilizer is imperative if you're going to have success. There's a lot of them out there. Scott's has, of course, their Turf Builder line. And then in the Morgan Composting, they have one called Safe Green Lawn. And that works really well, too, we found.
All right. Have a good weekend, Chuck.
And let's pray for that rain Sunday.
Hey, we're doing a dance right now. Talk to you. All right.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Chuck Cervinsky, Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. One event coming up, John, beginning next week, Between the Rows Tour. I had a chance to talk to Kristen Poley just a couple of days ago, and I asked her, how many years has this thing been going?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our 7th year of the Between the Rows Crop Tour. In 2020, we pivoted and did sort of a virtual hybrid style version. So 7 years altogether, although they haven't quite all looked the same.
And it's going to kick off this year, next week?
Yes, we are preparing to kick off our annual Between the Rows Crop Tour on Monday, August 22nd in Shiawassee County. We're very excited. We have another great lineup of 8 farms across the state of Michigan lined up and ready to go this year.
Now, how many farms are we going to take a look at next week?
Next week, we're doing 4. Monday through Thursday, we'll be in Shiawassee, Ottawa, Gratiot, and Gladwin County next week.
And then the following week, you've got 4 more scheduled.
That's right. The following week, we'll be up for 2 days in the Thumb region. We're going to be in Sanilac County, followed by Huron County. Then we're going way down to the south in Hillsdale County, almost the Ohio border, and ending up the tour this year in Allegan County.
So we're covering a lot of territory. And obviously this year, given the weather conditions, each one of these stops potentially could be quite a bit different.
Absolutely. So paired with our Between the Rows tour and the activities that we do along with those, we reveal our annual statewide yield checks. This year, we partnered with Nutrient Ag Solutions to their intern program to complete those checks. And every county, every region is going to look a little bit different. As you said, the weather conditions this year have been a little bit unpredictable, a little bit dry in central Michigan in particular, also in the Thumb area. So we're excited to dig into that data a little bit and present those at our tour stops. Now,
each event, are we going to have to RSVP?
Yes, we highly encourage RSVPs to this event. You can do so on our website, micorn.org, and look at the events tab, or you can call the office at 517-668-2676, and somebody here will get you registered.
RUP credits?
Yes, of course. There'll be 1 RUP credit available at each event, so 8 total if you were to join us for every single event, but 1 per event.
Now, I understand this is around dinner time, so I have to assume
Absolutely.
there's going to be food on the table, right?
Of course. Each stop will include a catered meal from a local caterer to that county or region. Then we're going to have a short program. We'll have this year, we're doing a fertilizer and input markets update, which is new for us this year, but highly topical given current environment, followed by a grain market update, and then, of course, the reveal of our statewide corn yield checks.
So at this stage of the game, I have to assume RSVP is kind of important. So you guys have an idea of how many people you're going to have to feed.
Absolutely. We're working with the caterers as late as we can to give them final head count. So RSVPs through tomorrow are highly encouraged. If you're going to be at one of the later tour stops, you can still RSVP through next week.
And again, to RSVP, where do we go?
You can go to the Michigan Corn website, micorn.org, follow the events tab, or you can call the corn office.
And again, one of the reasons why, John, these conditions are going to be so variable is not just the precipitation, but also the heat units. And we're seeing quite a difference from 100 to about 300 growing degrees. So it's quite variable. It's going to be a very interesting tour. We're looking forward to it. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.